The price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
B1 brothers and sisters, welcome back to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. We are going to have a very educational broadcast, as we always do. But as you guys are coming in, if you guys could please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please leave a like and share this video on your social media pages. I would greatly appreciate that. YouTube is going out of their way to suppress this channel. They've already taken videos down. Took a while for it to get back up there. You know, and that stuff, it messes with the algorithm. So when the algorithm is messed up, that means like the recommendations, which is where a lot of new viewers catch your content, because most of the people who view the content are subscribed, and I thank you for that. But we're trying to get more viewers. So in order to do that, it has to, you know, pop up on people's recommendation pages. And when certain things happen, like you get shadow banned, for instance, or, you know, something gets you thrown off of the algorithm, then it defeats, or it lessens the likelihood of you popping up on somebody else's recommendation page, even if they watch similar content to yours. So that's why it's important sometimes to share the video, because shares help the algorithm as well too. Everybody is in here. We see I got our brother Torian Rain. Salute to the mods. Our brother Ace Keeper, film, animation, art, Black in Power, CRU, 25 Kid, AK Sour God. I'm sorry. B1 to every single last one of you. Now, let's just start off. You guys already know, a lot of people know what a foundational Black American is. Everybody, or most people know that, okay? But I'm not, let me turn this light down a little bit. It's a little bright. Yeah, okay. It's much better. Okay. But for the new people who might not be familiar with it, I'm going to give you a brief explanation of what a foundational Black American is. A foundational Black American is a new term that distinguishes people from distinguishes Black people as a certain lineage. Black people who are from a certain lineage are foundational Black Americans. These people are the descendants of American slaves. Now, what makes up a descendant of American slaves are the Aboriginal Black people who were here prior to the slave trade. Then you have the Black people who were brought over from Africa with the Middle Passage, and they were made to become slaves, or they were enslaved coming here. Also, you had the Black explorers. These three groups, all together, they make up the new ethnic group, which are foundational Black Americans. Because during slavery, our names, culture, practices, all of these things were stripped from us. So we had to develop something new. So even though we have biological ties to the motherland, and nobody's denying that, we've never denied that. I've had multiple videos stating that I do believe in the slave trade. I do believe that we do have, you know, brothers and sisters and other distant family members in the continent. We do have a blood tie to them. However, when we came here, all of that stuff was stripped away, culture-wise. The only thing that was here with us is, you know, DNA. Okay, so we still have that. Then you have the Aboriginals and all of these things. All of that stuff was stripped away. And we had to develop something brand new, completely new. And we did. And these are the people who are called foundational Black Americans. Now, for years, they would be called African Americans, but we stopped using the term African American, exactly like our brother Steal My Beat said, because African American, the term is just too vague, and it can include anybody. It is not like a airtight term. So technically, Elon Musk is African American because he's from South Africa. And he's American. His people are from South Africa, and he's American. There's white people, and especially in South Africa, there are white people who are born in South Africa. So they would their nationality, they could say, well, technically I'm South African. You can't say I mean, this is the nation I was born in. And then they go to America, I'm technically African American. You can have a whole bunch of immigrants who come over here. I mean, I was African and now I'm an American citizen, so technically I'm African American. Or this second and third generation. Well, I was born in America, and that's the excuse that they use often too. I was born in America, so I'm technically an African American. My family goes back to Africa. My mom and dad were born in Nigeria, but I was born in America, so I'm an African American. Okay. Let me see. Somebody sent a super chat. Whoa, who designed the FBA flag? It looks a lot. It says that looks like a copy of the NSM flag. Somebody played a cruel joke on you people. Thank you for the super chat. Look, I don't mind the trolls if they paying. Y'all don't kick them out. Explain to me what you mean. I just need to know what you mean. What is the NSM flag? Yeah, just send me another super chat and tell me what the NSM flag is, you know. So just send me another super chat and I'll answer the question. I don't really know. Okay. But that's just a brief synopsis of what a foundational Black American is. Now, Tariq Nasheed is the person who coined the term foundational Black American, or FBA. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Tariq. This dude paid $10 just to troll. That's the Nazi flag? The Nazi flag. That flag does not look like, okay. Anyway. He paid $10. I'm not mad at it. But okay, anyway. So he coined the term FBA because previously we were using the term ADOS, and that stands for American Descendants of Slaves, which is flawed terminology if we're going to be distinctive, because with ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves, and the way you place the words, there's a little bit of wiggle room for other people to come in and say, technically, I am American and I am a descendant of slaves. It doesn't necessarily specify that you have to be a descendant of American slavery. You can just be a descendant of slaves and be American. And that's a big difference, because slavery wasn't just in America. So you can have people who are saying, well, I'm a descendant of slavery in the Caribbean, but I'm an American citizen, so I'm technically ADOS. So there was a flawed terminology there. Plus, Yvette Carnell and Antonio, they took that and formed it into an organization, and apparently they're Democratic shills, and they started doing what they started doing. But that was the reason why Tariq came up with the term foundational Black American, because that term is an airtight term that specifies the lineage of people who are descended from American slaves. Okay, because we are the foundation that built the country. Slavery is the foundation that built the country, and we are the descendants of the people who built the country. So, I mean, and that's just a historical fact. It's not really anything that can be argued. Okay. We got a lot of people in here. If you guys can please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please leave a like. Let me I guess put this right here. I guess give it a professional look, I suppose. Yes, please subscribe, like, and share, family. Please subscribe, like, and share. Now, and the reason why we made these distinctions is because we're making a big push for reparations, for our slavery reparations. And in order to make the push, we need to distinguish ourselves between, hold on, let me get this off the screen. I didn't mean to take that one off. Let me get this one. In order to do that, we need to distinguish ourselves between other Black people who are from the continent. So it is not a wiggle room that other people can crowbar themselves into, and then Asians get it, Hispanics get it, and then next thing, white people will get it. So we didn't want that to happen. So we have to distinguish ourselves. as we're getting reparations in the beginning, we were told, oh, we're not going to get it, it's impossible, who can qualify for it? And we've been staying strong on, okay, these are the only people, foundational Black Americans, we're the only people who qualify for slavery reparations. There's nobody else that can qualify for slavery reparations. Okay. It became a thing where they started to troll, and eventually they started to see that it wasn't a thing that was dying off. FBA never died off like that, how they wanted it to. And they saw some of the flexing and the power, because we were saying just in general, like, how does immigration benefit us? And I remember doing a video about that. That was the 30K space. I did a broadcast about that a while ago. So at that time, a lot of Nigerians and mainly Nigerians, because I was in that space often, Nigerians and other Africans and Caribbeans from the diaspora, they were coming in. Oh, well, why do you dislike us? Why is it oh, you don't like black immigrants? So that create like a whole little chain reaction to FBA versus black immigrants, really starting from January this year with that viral Twitter space. Then you had them saying that FBA and ADOS is a hate group, and they've been updating a petition. Nigerians were absolutely the loudest. Oh, Greg, I say Greg. Marcel is in the room. Shout out to our brother Marcel. Thank you very much for showing up. Okay. $10 super chat from the Frank Nam Network. I appreciate you, brother. Now, in that, if you guys weren't there during the viral space, that space wasn't about African immigrants. It was just about immigration in general. And Africans, mainly Nigerians, they centered themselves like, oh, why are you guys attacking us? Aren't we all black? Aren't we all black? And we've been saying, like, okay, we get we're black. We're black to a degree. There's different, black people. Don't pull the aren't we all black with us, because that's not what you guys practice. Y'all don't practice that in the continent or in the Caribbean. Y'all do not practice that at all. So, I mean, we can respect each other in different lanes, but you guys often come over here and you disrespect us. You come over here and you sabotage. You come over here, you say we're lazy. You come over here and you really do try to tether your way and replace us. And we have things to back that up. It's not just us saying it. They will literally confess it if you let them tell on themselves. But you have a petition, and I've seen this petition for a while. Then it kind of died out. Now it's starting to really pop back up because they're really mad about it. So I'm going to do you guys the favor of reading it for you, so you won't have to go and read it yourself. Okay, hold on. Why is this there? Okay. Here we go. Okay. And look at how many. Now, it needed 1,500 signatures. Now, this petition has been going on for some months now. It has 1,238 signatures, which, to be honest, I don't believe that these are all individual signatures. I'm pretty sure you've had some people sign the signature a bunch of different times. But let's read it. Hashtag FBA hate group, hashtag ADOS hate group started this petition. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. FBA is a xenophobic hate group that operates as a cult started by cult leader and former pimp. The ideology is meant to denigrate black immigrants and to ultimately put a target on their back. They use genocidal language against black immigrants, referring to them as, quote, tethers, and believe the rest of the black diaspora outside of America are the cause of their problems and must be stopped. Yo. Really, y'all? Come on now. Now, it continues. There are multiple subsets of these black radical extremists, including 1, ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves, 2, hashtag secure the tribe. 3, freedmen. And 4, B1 black first / black first. Okay. So, continuing. The term tether, quote, tether, is used to frame black immigrants as parasites with a nefarious agenda against FBA and ADOS members. Now, I just stated to you that FBA is a lineage, it's not something that you can be a member of. Just like you can't be a member of an African American. You're not a member of African Americans. You're either an African American or not. Now, we don't use that term anymore. We use the term FBA. So there's no way you can be a member of FBA. Either you are an FBA or you are not an FBA. But continuing. Where was I? Okay, right here. Who are I'm just going to start from the beginning. The term tether is used to frame black immigrants as parasites with a nefarious agenda against FBA and ADOS members who are, quote, taking resources that a mass presence of these black immigrants in America will ultimately, quote, replace them, FBA and ADOS. This is a new version of the Great Replacement Theory. The Great Replacement Theory is what Peyton Gendron used when he went up to shoot that black grocery store in Buffalo. A far right wing nationalist ideology that many mass shooters subscribe to, which directly refers to black immigrants and calls for members to take action to prevent a hostile quote takeover and replacement. Y'all, do y'all see the lies here? Now let's continue. Let's continue. Okay. These hate groups have called for the annihilation of black immigrants. Apparently, we've calling for the annihilation of black immigrants in America while defending the use of the Confederate flag as an essential part of their lineage and legacy. We do not defend the Confederate flag. You might have some individuals who have done that, but they do not represent the group. But anyway, nobody's calling for the annihilation of black immigrants in America. Okay. Now let's continue. You see how ridiculous this is? They use misleading information and delusive, false, and let me see, what is that word? Fallacious history to rewrite, and I got to get a new monitor, to rewrite and reinterpret black history. The FBA is built off of hatred of black immigrants. They do not believe in this transatlantic slave trade and believe black people were already in America. That is partly true. We do believe in the transatlantic slave trade. We just also know that black people were here in America. That is a historical fact. And I've already broke that down in multiple different broadcasts before. Members have a belief that all black Americans are Native American or indigenous to America. We do not believe the word all in absolute, but we do believe in the word most, which they call Turtle Island. Most of them call themselves Moors or Indians to separate themselves from the rest of the black diaspora, as they believe this will help their claim for reparations. Even to this day, no local, state, or federal government has acknowledged them. Okay, all right. Throwing your little shots, all right, whatever. Membership into the group requires an extensive process to ensure the precise candidate has no ties to black immigrants. What are you talking about right there? Members into the group. There's no group. There's no membership. There's no, I want to sign up to be an FBA. You can't do that. You're an FBA or you're not an FBA. There's nothing you can do to subtract that or to add that. Okay. And it's not no ties to black immigrants. We're just making sure that we keep everything focused on foundational black Americans. If you're half FBA, you're still FBA. You just need not to be the spokesman for FBA. That's what we're saying. Annual conference and their annual conferences are run by their leader. They're not saying Tariq's name, but that's what they're implying because they're talking about the FBA conference. The ideology in practice is similar to white ring extremist groups who seek to demolish the role of black women in America. Diminish the role of black women in America. So apparently black women aren't FBA, according to this petition. So we're seeking to diminish the role of black women in America, pushing for the eradication of black LGBT men and women, a practice they call buck breaking, and returning to traditionally male-dominated societies. Okay. There are FBA LGBT men and women. So, in the practice of buck breaking, that is not what buck breaking is. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. You guys definitely need to see his documentary on buck breaking if you guys haven't done so already. Okay. Now, listen, check this out. The means to achieve this end is through violence, not legislation. Okay, so this is them saying we're trying to kill them, pretty much. They're using eradicate, annihilate, violence. Nobody has advocated violence whatsoever. Okay, ADOS is mentored and funded by Mark, I don't know how to pronounce that, Mark K. and Roy Beck from Center of Immigration Studies, CIS, which is already officially recognized as a hate group. I don't know who these two people are. I will say that. Yvette Carnell did work with the Progress for Immigration Reform, PFIR, another extremist anti-immigrant group. Okay. B1, and this is what's funny to me because B1 is an ideology and it includes immigrants, but okay. B1, or Black First, is an ideology and a purity test to determine if you're for this extreme brand of blackness. Otherwise, you're labeled as a quote coon. This is another xenophobic segment, and many FBA members hide behind the term. Okay. All of these members talk about physical characteristics of black people outside of America using derogatory descriptions and believe black immigrants should be put in internment camps. They're saying, let me just zoom into that real quick. Okay. Let me reread the whole thing again. Let me go and reread the whole thing over again. All of these groups talk about the physical characteristics of black people outside of America using derogatory descriptions and believe black immigrants should be put in internment camps. Yo, okay. Let me just pause it real quick. Let me just pause it right there. I don't know who wrote this. I have no idea who wrote that. Somebody said, yeah, Tariq he's not the leader of it. Listen, anytime somebody asks you, Tariq is the leader because he came up with the term FBA. Ask him this. Okay, well, first off, all terms had to start from somewhere. Every word we use came from something. There was a point in time in human history when that word didn't exist, and now the word does exist, or the term does exist. There was a point in time when we were not calling ourselves African American, and then there was a point in time when we started using the term African American. So is the person who coined the term African American, are they the leaders of African American? Now, a lot of people give that credit to Jesse Jackson. So is Jesse Jackson the leader of African Americans? No, they wouldn't say that. So if nobody's the leader of African Americans, then nobody's the leader of FBA. The same principle applies. You can't use the fact that he came up with the term means that he's the leader, because if that's the case, And this is how you defeat that argument. If he's the leader because he created that term, then that would mean, now Jesse Jackson didn't really create the African American term, but he was really one of the people who really started pushing that into like the ether and then we started identifying as African American. So just tell him, if Tariq is the leader just because he coined the term, despite the fact that he's constantly denied leadership and said it's just a lineage and nobody's the leader of the lineage, okay, then who was the leader of African Americans? Because at a certain point in time, the term African American wasn't being used, didn't exist, and then somebody came up with it. So who was the leader of African Americans then? And then say, oh, well, exactly the same thing. Oh, yeah, internment camps. Listen, I've heard some FBA say some things that was a little bit mean to some immigrants, rightfully so. I've never heard where we believe that they should be put in internment camps. I mean, they just went wild with that. Internment camps, okay? And then talk about derogatory descriptions. Yeah, we talk about your hairline being pushed back. Okay, all right, but it is like, come on now. Now, where was I? Right here. Actually, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so you guys can maybe see a little bit better. Okay. They usually congregate on Telegram, Clubhouse, and Twitter Spaces using the hashtag Secure the Tribe or hashtag FBA, making violent threats to Black immigrants and doxing any supporters of Black immigrants, which they call, quote, off code. If y'all thought the craziness was done, hold on for a second. Hold on. The most recent attack in NYC was committed by Frank James, a follower of the ideology and built solely off Black radical nationalism. Now, let me pause it right there. Let me pause that right there. Rick James, that's the dude who went to the subway and who shot up the subway. Nobody was killed. It was really weird, very odd. But they went through his like YouTube's subscriptions and they found that he was following Tariq Nasheed, and they all like, oh, well, you see, if he's following Tariq Nasheed and then he did a crime, that means it's because Tariq told him to do the crime, which doesn't make any sense. And they never use that with anybody else. They never ever use that with anybody else. That's the first time you've ever heard somebody say, okay, we're going to look at who you're subscribed to on YouTube, and we're going to say, we're going to nitpick all of the hundreds of people you're subscribed to, and we're going to say that guy you're subscribed to, that is why you did this crazy crime over here. They've never done that with anybody else. They have no proof that Tariq had anything to do with the dude in NYC. None whatsoever. None at all. And they don't do that with anybody else. There's no school shooter where they're looking up the YouTube subscriptions of the school shooter and say, oh, well, he was following Ben Shapiro, so really it's Ben Shapiro who told Peyton Gendron to do this. Oh, what's his name? What's another school shooter? Dylan Roof. Well, Dylan Roof was following what's his name? Tucker Carlson. So Tucker Carlson is the one who told Dylan Roof to do it, if you want to think about it like that. But nobody does that. But they're doing that with Tariq, though. And the dude was just subscribed. You don't know if the dude was subscribed to troll, if he liked it, if he was following on all his social media. You don't know that. So there's no proof at all. That is a stretch. That is such a stretch. And it's funny is because he didn't actually kill anybody, which is weird. Not that I don't like that. I mean, I'm glad he didn't kill anybody. It's just the whole situation is odd. But let's continue. Okay. Their cult leader looks for media reports involving Black people, and if it is a negative report, make sure to highlight that the individual is a Black immigrant to further the narrative that Black immigrants are the problematic group in the community. I mean, look, tell the truth, shame the devil. A Nigerian man was recently murdered by his girlfriend. Now, they're not going to say this girlfriend, and remember we did a broadcast about this. Remember, his girlfriend was a white OnlyFans girlfriend. Okay, and that was Christian Ubumseli, who was all like, "Oh, I want to get me a white girl, and all these black girls, I gotta where the white girls at? Where the white girls at? I love the white girls." He got with a white girl, and she stabbed him to death. And then the family ran out there like, "FBA, I need your help. We are all brothers and sisters in this. I know he called you Akata. I know that. I'm sorry for that, but we need you." And then we was like, "We good. We're not celebrating his death, but we are like, hey, you made your bed, now you gotta lay in it." That's all we said. But this is what he was. Okay. The cult leaders and his followers mocked his death. Nobody mocked his death. We just stated the fact. Now look at this. As Africans in Ukraine worked in freezing cold weather, worked in freezing cold weather. I don't know why you said worked. I thought they meant walked, but worked in freezing cold weather to cross the border to Poland during the early stages of the Russia/Ukraine war. Members of ADOS, FBA, Freedmen, B1, and hashtag Secure the Tribe mocked them and stated that they wish a woman who was seen holding a newborn baby freeze overnight. I didn't see anybody hoping that a baby froze to death. I did not hear anybody say that. Nobody is saying that. Okay, we're almost done, y'all. We're almost done with this. A black entrepreneur breaking into the tech space was targeted by FBA with insults and threats. Okay, let's just keep going. Let's just bear through it, y'all. Lastly, the cult is organizing with other factions of the cult to call ICE, Immigration and Custom Enforcement, on black immigrants. I mean, we try to tell y'all. It is important for the public to make a clear distinction between the rich and honorable legacy of Black Americans versus the dark and hateful xenophobic motivations of FBA. This is why we must not conflate the two groups. One is a hate group, and the majority of Black Americans want no affiliation with them at all. This distinction will help preserve the true legacy of Black American people and our African ancestors. Now, what's interesting about this is they said they don't want any affiliation with them at all, and then people are saying they're not fairly recognized. So we're either not recognized or people don't want to affiliate with us. And if people don't want to affiliate with us, then that means they recognize us. Y'all, okay. Listen, do y'all see the babbling that they was doing? First off, internment camps. We're threatening people with violence. Somebody was just being successful, and the FBA threatened them with violence. We're threatening them. We're mocking deaths. We're threatening them with violence. Now, what's interesting about that? What's interesting is they're making it seem like they're just coming over, they're just being friendly and working hard and pulling themselves up by their bootstraps, and we're over here like, "You African booty scratcher, you, I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna throw you in an internment camp and go to your home and kill everybody in your village, you big lip bastard." Like that's what they're making it seem like we're doing. And I find that very interesting, because they do that to us. Let me show you something. Now, we all know the case of our brother Jalen Walker, and unfortunately what happened to him by the hand of race soldiers. But then check this out. So our brother Rilla Perry is going off, and he says, I feel that Haitians see that 1804 spirit in Black Americans more than they see it in themselves. And this Haitian woman said, the cops are not shooting That's what she meant, shooting y'all fast enough for me. And she doubled down on that. So you got Haitians out here wishing death. And this isn't the first one. This isn't the first one. Does anybody remember the other Nigerian dude that we had to do a broadcast about, where he was talking just because of the Roe v. Wade situation? He said that Clarence Thomas should be, him and his ancestors should be lynched by the KKK. You guys remember that? And that dude was a proud Nigerian. And he said that Clarence Thomas and his ancestors should be lynched. So you got Haitians sitting up there saying that the cops aren't shooting us fast enough. You got Nigerians saying that we should be lynched. Now, of course, they don't represent all Haitians. Of course, they don't represent all Nigerians. We understand that. We do understand that. We got some Nigerian writers. We got some Haitian writers. We got writers all throughout the diaspora, and I salute them. You know, they rocking with us. They trying to do what they can to support, and we love those ones, okay? But we're talking about the tether class of people. Those are completely different people. They just come from the same place, but their ideologies are completely different. But when the tethers, when they come over here and they start threatening with violence and they start talking about akatas and mocking our deaths and calling us bullet bags and saying that our ancestors should be lynched by the KKK, nobody is saying that they're an extremist group. Nobody is saying that at all. But the narrative is that we're just out here and we're just so jealous of how successful they are. And we're just so jealous and lazy, and they're coming over here to replace us because they're harder working people in America. I guess when immigrants step forth in America, then they just become overwhelmed with this incredible work ethic that they didn't have in their homeland for whatever reason. Because in their homeland, you don't see this work ethic at all. But when they come here, it's an amazing work ethic. I don't know, but everybody has it but us. Apparently, let them tell it. So I want to show you this clip, actually. And when they're talking about work ethic, I want you to look at this. Hold on, let me find this. And I see our brother Sincere is here, and I'm actually going to pull this up from his Twitter page because I saw him share it last, so it would be easier to. Okay, right here. You guys can see it. Hold on, let me zoom in a little bit. Here we go. Listen to this. Couple minutes.
They always find excuses.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Bro, my parents came here at 30 years old.
That's why.
When you think about it, put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine going to another country at 30 years old and restarting your whole life.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking crazy.
Yeah. And you can't speak a lick of English.
Can't even speak their language.
That's why I ain't gonna lie. Like, I hate when people be like, "Oh, you're lucky," and stuff like that. Oh, I hate when I hate when people gripe and be like, "Oh," like especially like I feel like Americans, because I mean we in America. So Americans who have lines and lines and lines and lines of family here and they complaining, I'd be like, bro, I don't want to hear nothing you gotta say.
Right, bro. I ain't never met my. Y'all sat there and kept fucking up. Each generation, y'all just keep fucking up.
Yeah.
And don't figure out, okay, maybe I'm fucking up. Look, what's the right way to do this shit? Exactly. And then want to point the finger at the white man, be like, oh, the white man did it. No, fuck that. Figure out what the white man doing and then try to capitalize on the shit. America is based off capitalism, nigga. Learn how to capitalize and capitalize.
They think we lucky, but they don't realize. I mean, I don't know if you had to go through this shit, Gary, but you was down south, nigga. I got off the bus
Haitian Friday.
every time, get my ass beat, bro, just for being so. Being Haitian, that's it.
I got picked on.
That's it. Always getting jumped.
I couldn't even sit in the back of the bus. Because the back of the bus, that's where the motherfuckers were.
Y'all really talking about racism. These black people are racist.
Y'all used to beat the fuck out of us. I had to run as soon as I got off the bus. Take off to try to get to the crib, bro.
Rosa Parks.
Nigga, what? We lucky? Nah, y'all only say that now because we done made a way. We done took over the shit. Not the souls taking over and shit. Now y'all want to fuck with us. But back then, you think I forgot? Oh, they rats.
And our stance is not coming from a fucking like what's that word called? Like huh? No, not narcissist. I'm saying like in a more like a victim mindset, like bias. Yeah, not bias, because you know people be like, oh, you talking shit about the black people just because we used to whoop your ass. No, that's not the. reason why. We're really speaking from a logical,
Experience.
fact-based
Experience,
You know
real
what I'm saying?
shit.
So all in all, what is this topic talking about? Lazy Americans?
Yes. Americans are lazy, foreigners are more hustling.
earlier.
Okay. All right, y'all. Damn. All right. Now, let's move this out the way. And let's break that down. First off, exactly. That's a bunch of tether babble. And let's break down the first off. We're lazy. Now, the second, okay. All right. We're lazy. The second we say, well, we're lazy, but yet you get to benefit off of what we built over here. Nobody's going to Haiti and benefiting off of any damn thing. Y'all coming over here, risking your life to come over here off of something another man built, and you have the audacity to call them lazy. Your parents came over here at 30. That meant they spent 30 years of their life bullshitting and being able to accomplish nothing in their homeland. That's all that means. That means that my people gave your people a second chance. Nobody gives foundational Black Americans a second chance. We barely get a first chance, and we're giving everybody else a second chance, and you guys are ungrateful enough to come over here and call us lazy. Now, the second we say something about Haiti, it's the government. You don't understand. It's the government. I don't want to hear none of that. First, that's one. You talk about lazy. What are Haitians? Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. What are Haitians doing in general, besides the crazy crime? Because let's be honest, most of where the Haitians are is crazy crime. Let's just be honest. Florida, you hear the craziest shit in Florida. New York, come on. We got Haitians here in Chicago. There's a lot of crime that goes on over here too. Not just by them, but come on. Where are Haitians going? And they just killing the game. Because I don't see nowhere Haitians are at. Nowhere, not even in Haiti, where they're killing the game. Haitians ain't killing the game nowhere. Not anywhere they go. There might be a few little individual Haitians that are doing something cool, and salute to them. And I'm not speaking on 100% of all my Haitians brothers, but everywhere Haitians go, they getting shit on by everybody. Let's just be honest, okay? This is why the French is still making Haiti their bitch. This is exactly why, because they like to run away. They ran to the border here, and then they were crying for our help. Remember that? They were talking about we're getting beat up, guys, help us. And we was like, no, we cool. This is exactly why. Y'all might say I'm being mean, but damn, I don't give a fuck anymore. I really don't. Because they get to come over here because we sacrificed for them to come over here. They didn't sacrifice anything. They talk about 1804. To be honest, they probably wouldn't even know about that if Tariq Nasheed did make a documentary. I'm putting it out there. I don't think most Haitians would even know about 1804 had Tariq not told them about it. And that's just the honest truth. And they do not represent John Jack Disseley. They do not represent 1804 at all. If those people in 1804 were alive today, they would be shameful of Haitians today. And that's the God honest truth. I'm not taking that back. They would look at Haitians with utter disgust today. Haitians don't do nothing for Haiti. They don't do nothing when they come over here. They ain't nothing, okay? And I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all, because we do got some Haitians that are riders. We do got some Haitians who with it, but them, no. Two, they say foundational Black Americans, we were beating them up for being Zos or Haitians. First off, how does that make sense? Let's just be real. Because Haitians don't even really like to live around foundational Black Americans like that. And we was beating y'all up for being Haitian. Does that make any sense? That we was just like, oh, a Haitian. I just hate Haitians. Let me just beat them up. Does that make any sense at all, period? Like at all? Does it make any sense at all? Now, mind you, and I've said this before, notice how when these tethers complain about how they got beat up and picked on at school, they never, ever, ever complain about white people. They don't complain about white people. They don't have any smoke for white people. None whatsoever. Because they honestly view white people as like deities. They really do. Tariq Nasheed did an interview with DJ Academics on Spotify, and DJ Academics, who is Jamaican, he said, yeah, in the Caribbean, we kind of do look at white people like gods. Like, we kind of are amazed. It's like Santa Claus coming, which is a fictional character. It's like Santa Claus coming into town. We look at white people like that. Foundation Black Americans, we've never looked at white people like they're gods. We've never looked at them like that at all, period. They look at white people and whiteness, anything closest to whiteness, like it's deified, and we don't do that. So that's why they never complain about white people. So when you ask them, well, what have white people done? White people always treated me the best. I love white people. Okay. Now what else? Let me pull it back up. Let me find out what else he said. What else they said? I mean, this is just two minutes of babbling right
Every
here.
time get my ass beat, bro, just for being a Zoe.
Just for being a Zoe. With this mentality, I could see why niggas wanted to beat his ass. I really could. You know what? I ain't gonna.
I got picked on. I never got my ass.
That's it. Always getting jumped.
I couldn't even sit in the back of the bus.
Now here they go mocking and making fun of the fact that Foundation Black Americans had to sit in the back of the bus. Now the second we say, oh wow, look at what's going on in Haiti. It's, oh my God, what did you say that for? That's not a nice thing to say. We all brothers and sisters. Yeah, no.
Some motherfuckers were.
Y'all
If we really talking about racism, these black people is racist too.
Y'all used to beat the fuck out of us. I had to run soon as I got off the bus. Take off to try to get to the crib, bro.
Rosa Parks.
Nigga, what? We lucky? Nah, y'all only saying that now because we done made a way. We done took over this shit.
Y'all didn't take over nothing. And that's the thing. These people really do believe their own hype. They really do believe they got it like that. There is nowhere you can go where Haitians just running everything. They're running other people. They're not doing anything nobody else is doing. And to be honest, out of all of the immigrants that come over here, they're not even the top immigrants that come over here. Only a select few, the best of the best Haitians are the only ones that white supremacy picks to come over here, and they're not even the top immigrants. They get shitted on anywhere they go. There's nowhere they go where they just running anything. I'm gonna show you another clip. These and the Haitians just been showing their ass lately. They've just been showing their ass lately. Let me show you this one clip real quick. Gotta get to it. Okay, hold on. Let me zoom in a little bit.
I'm sorry, I can't do Americans. I need somebody with culture. I'm sorry.
Black Americans got culture. Americans got culture.
Keep rolling. I need somebody with culture.
Americans don't have culture.
I got culture.
We got the culture. We are the culture.
Who the
We
culture?
are the culture. Globally, they know about Black Americans.
No, hold on. We not.
Globally, they know about Black Americans.
But you gotta remember 1804, baby. I'm going to one American.
We're not gonna use the word American.
Yeah, Black Americans.
I ain't gonna hold
That's
you.
fine, but
the
listen,
culture.
1804, I'm the reason why you have your independence.
That's the part I hate about
Haitians was the
British
first
people, though.
free independent country. First black independent.
That ain't got nothing to do with America.
That's nice. I'm just letting you know the reason why y'all have your independence.
Y'all coming over here because of us, because of the hard work that Black
First of
Americans
all,
do.
you know Haiti is like in debt for 1 trillion years because
You know why? Because the French owe us how much money?
So y'all got
No, y'all
independence
been
for what?
saying.
What?
Wait, when you say Haiti's the reason Americans got their independence, what do you mean by that?
How you gonna cook me for that?
What do you mean
Learn
by
from
that?
history.
Y'all gotta cut that
We
out.
won.
African Americans are free?
I'm not saying that we set the revolution. The reason we were the first independent free country.
I give a fuck about y'all, bro.
By paying,
No,
no, but by paying Britain, what?
I'm talking about we set the thing. We the one that set it. 1804, we the first free Caribbean country.
I'm not gonna go in depth with that, but y'all have.
But what that got to do with America?
African Americans.
We said it, and then y'all followed.
Y'all said it for yourselves, not for
We
no
said it, and then y'all followed.
And we set the stage for y'all immigrants to come over here and profit off of America.
And you're mad that we came to. Oh,
No, I'm not mad. I'm telling you what black culture provided for you and your family.
How that provided for me and my
Because
family?
we set the standard. We set the
Who
standard.
came here? I ain't come here.
You
Your family
My family came here. And they made their money and they went right back to Haiti. So what's up?
So why you ain't go right back to Haiti?
Because why would I come back to Haiti? I'm Gucci where I'm at.
Where your parents live?
They here.
What?
And they doing the flow.
How's that going
On
right back
Labor
to Haiti? That ain't going right back to Haiti.
On Labor Day? Ain't been on Labor Day.
First off, shout out to the FBA brothers who put that tether in her place. These are people who honestly do believe in their own hype. Hold on, let me send this text like that. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Look, these people really do believe in their own hype. People, they really do believe that. She's saying 1804, which I'm telling you, she probably wouldn't have known about had it not been for that documentary, because Haitians, for the majority, don't act like they have anything to do with 1804 at all because of the love they have for white people. But let's say, and we'll give all the respect due to 1804. All the respect due to 1804. What does that have to do with the Civil War, the American Revolution? What does that have to do with any of our accomplishments at all? What does that have to do with America? We were fighting for our own freedom. They're literally making it seem like we were just sitting up there like, oh my God, we'll never get free. And then we heard about 1804. And then 60 years later, we're all like, you know what? We're going to fight for our freedom now. That's not how it happened. 1804 doesn't have anything to do with our independence, our revolution, us fighting against white supremacy. We've been fighting against white supremacy before 1804. There was slave revolts before 1804, if you guys don't know. So what is 1804 supposed to do? I mean, kudos to them, I guess, but what does that have to do with anything today? And how does that make them the culture? She's coming over here dressing like a Black American. They're coming over here enjoying Black American slang, Black American language, Black American literature, art, and music. We're not in Haiti listening to Haitian music. We're not wearing Haitian clothes. We're not doing Haitian dances. We're not taking Haitian names. And I know it seems like I'm shitting on Haiti right now, but let's just be honest. They want to believe in their own hype so much. And I'm just asking the mere question, what's the hype? They're making it seem like they're up on this level. And I'm all like, okay, if y'all believe in, like, what is there so great that you guys are so proud of? Y'all should really be humble. She said, oh, yeah, my parents, they came and they made their money. And then they're going back to Haiti. Where are your parents? Oh, they're right here. What do you mean? They're not going back to Haiti. We are the hype. They said foundational Black Americans, we have main character syndrome. And I submit to you, we justifiably have main character syndrome because we are the main characters. If the world, Earth, just the planet Earth was a movie, we as foundational Black Americans, we are the main characters of the movie. If it was a video game, we're the main characters of a video game. If you had a poster of all of the people on the world, we would be at the front of the poster because we've carried the world. We carried humanity. We have inventions, the toilet, the doorknob, even the music that they celebrate over there. A lot of it is thanks to us. They want to talk about we got music inspired from them. Do you know when they were, Bob Marley, when he was doing the guitar and all of that stuff, a foundational Black American, he built the guitar. The guitar came from us. They used our musical inventions in their country. We didn't take any inspiration from them and bring it here. They took inspiration from us and brought it there. We've been carrying everything. There's not a single house you can go to that doesn't have a doorknob, that doesn't have a toilet. There's not a street you can go to anywhere in the world that doesn't have street lights on it. And I can go for days and days and days just listing the inventions, not only setting the precedent for fighting for civil rights for everybody. Let's be honest, if it wasn't for foundational Black Americans fighting for rights and liberation and equal justice and setting the precedent for people to do that, nobody would have rights at all. All of these other right groups, the feminist groups and the LGBT groups and all of these other groups, they piggyback off of our fight. Us. Nobody else is setting the precedent for them. Nobody. Even if we want to go to 1804, and as respect to the brothers and sisters in Haiti who fought in 1804, if we're going to be honest, they took one of the biggest wins in really human history, and they fumbled it. They fumbled the ball. That's like you throwing a Hail Mary. If you guys know about football, that's when like you only have one play left before the game is completely over. And you gotta throw the ball all the way down and hope somebody catches it and runs a touchdown. You have no other plays left. That's the only thing you can do. So that's like them catching a Hail Mary and then getting 1 yard before the touchdown zone and then them dropping the ball. Or in fact, and then them fumbling the ball and then getting an interception. Because how did you beat off multiple governments and then wind up paying reparations to France of all places? How are you still paying money to France? How does that make sense? If you guys are these tough, big guys like that, that doesn't make any sense. That's not true. That's not true. And to be honest, we haven't been making fun of y'all like that. We really haven't been making fun of y'all like that. You guys are just the ones who come over here and you guys have been saying the stuff like, oh, you don't have any culture. You see how he made fun of Rosa Parks. Now, Rosa Parks sacrificed so his dumb fat ass could actually sit anywhere he wanted to on the bus. His people didn't his people, I'm just going to be honest, his people didn't sacrifice for a damn thing that anybody has ever benefited from. His people can't even benefit from their own homeland. That's why they had to come over here and get the second chance that people like Rosa Parks was able to provide for his ungrateful ass. But he gets to come over here and make fun of Rosa Parks, which seems like a theme in the Caribbean, because you guys remember when Nicki Minaj did that thing too. I don't know what it is with them. It seems like they have a thing against Rosa Parks in the Caribbean for some reason. Now, let you say something about Bob Marley or one of their icons, and oh my God, how could you say that? And we wouldn't even dare to do that. That's how respectful we are. We don't make fun of their icons. We don't make fun of their activists and their royalty. We don't do that because we're respectful enough not to do that. But they come over here and they make fun of our people, Rosa Parks, and you see the memes they have where Dr. King got like a do-rag on, he got grills in his mouth or whatever. What's another one? Remember when Nicki Minaj did the poster where Malcolm X was looking out the window and she was all like, looking ass nigga? They be taking little digs and shots at our legacy, our ancestors, people who sacrificed for us and really for them too. And we all like, hey, okay, all of this disrespect, we're not going to tolerate that anymore. Because if we want to take shots, then let's take shots then. Now we're a hate group. So those two videos of them hyping themselves up, they're acting like they're better than us. That's fine. That's cool. It's cool when they do it. But then when we do it, we're a hate group. And we don't even do it to the level that they do it. Because you don't see Foundation Black Americans talking about, oh my God, to hell with Bob Marley. To hell with your icons. To hell with him. To hell with her. To hell with 1804. We don't do that. We put respect on their name. And you guys come over here and you guys disrespect. And you guys are just getting what you guys have been given. These people come over here, and the reason that they have such hatred and disdain for Foundation Black Americans is because they really do like worship whiteness. That's just really the truth. That really is the truth. Let me show you. And Sincere just sent this to me. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Okay, look at this, y'all. Okay, hold on. Let me read it to you. Now, at the top, I'm assuming this is like an Instagram. I believe this is Instagram, right? Because of the way it's set up. The conversation is, read up on what African Americans did and why she was able to migrate here legally. You're welcome. Let's be honest. If it wasn't for what she called African Americans, or they call African Americans, Foundation Black Americans, if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be able to migrate here at all whatsoever, period. And then she says, yes, I'll gladly thank Emmanuel Seller and Philip Hart, the two white J-ish American men who drafted and sponsored the Immigration Act of 1965. So they're thanking white folks. And that's not a joke. You might think that, oh yeah, she's just trying to be facetious and she's trying to troll. No, they really do worship whiteness. They really do. They will think a white man way before they think a black man. And white men are the ones who didn't want their ass over here. Let me show you this other clip. Hold on. Let me see. Where did I put it? Where did I put this clip? Let me see. Where is it? Okay, hold on. When I say that they actually like worship whiteness and look at whiteness as if it's just something golden, I want you to see this commercial. Hold on. Let me put this up. Take it back. Where is it this one? Okay, it's this one. All right, look at this. This is
What's wrong with you?
The Snow White set from Hushed cleanses, nurtures, and moisturizes your skin for long-lasting beauty. Hushed, let your skin do the talking.
Look again. I want you to see. Now, they might say, oh, this is a light skin thing. And honestly, they really do have commercials like this. This is a real commercial. That's 100% accurate. This is very accurate how they react. Just let me play it for you. Look at the faces. Now, mind you, too, everybody in this video is dark skinned with the exception of her. And they're looking at her as if she's like some type of angel. Like she's sent from heaven or something. Look at her. She's just walking around and you got wow, like look at that. And everybody's just stunned and amazed by her.
The Snow White.
This is how they really treat their people. This is what they really act and what they really think and believe. Even DJ Academic had to admit that. He was like, oh yeah, the light skin stuff, that's really true. They really do have like a caste system, a color caste system. Foundation Black Americans, we've never had that. We've never done that. Okay, you have, light-skinned brothers and dark-skinned brothers, light-skinned sisters, dark-skinned sisters, but we all recognize we all the same people. We've never had the thing of, okay, well, you're dark-skinned, so you're less than us, or light-skinned is so much better. That existed where they came from, and I've said this before, and I will say this again. All of the colorism, like, oh, black men, they only like light-skinned girls, and all of that stuff, I want you guys to really think about where that came from. Because we came from an era of all shades of black people throwing their fist up in the air, wearing picks in their hair, having big afros, talking about black is beautiful, black power. We had that. That is our culture. And then next thing you know, then it's a culture of light skin versus dark skin, and light skin is treated as if it's better than dark skin. That didn't come from us. That came from them coming over here with their self-hating practices. That's them. Because we were never about that. All of the divestors who are like, black men don't like me because I'm dark-skinned. That's why I date white men. Those are non-FBA. I did a video on that, and I'm all like, the biggest divestors you see on YouTube, they're non-FBA. The ones you see on Twitter, Instagram, they're non-FBA. Some of the biggest bed bucks you see, the ones out here, the black girls are too ghetto for me. I like a white girl. She's so classy and sophisticated and sexy, and I love it so much. Those are non-FBA. Christian Obumseli is non-FBA. That other tether who was talking about, I want the KKK to lynch Clarence Thomas's ancestors, non-FBA. These people, and not to say, I don't want to label all of them with a broad brush, because you do have some who not with that at all. But I'm saying that's how they're coming over here collectively. That's how they're coming over here with us. We've been saying we all black, and they've been telling us no. They've been telling us we're not black. They've been telling us we're not African. They've been telling us we're different people. And then it's up to a point where we're recognizing, like, okay, well, if we're not the same people, then we're not the same people. So you take your stuff and you go over there, and we'll take our stuff and we'll go over here, and we'll just be that. But the thing is that they wanted to keep their stuff, and then they wanted to take our stuff. Everything we have should be shared throughout the entire diaspora, but what they have, oh, that's their stuff. Remember when Black Panther came out and you had a whole bunch of black people wearing dashikis going to the movies, and they was all like, you should not be wearing a dashiki. This is a cultural appropriation. This is cultural appropriation. I do not like this. Remember that? I'm going to show you something else, and I keep bringing this up. Remember when Michael B. Jordan came out with the Jorvet rum? Hold on, I want to show it to you guys because I got it here somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, okay. Hold on. It's another thing too I just saw in my bookmarks I forgot about. I want to show you guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find it. It's somewhere around here. All right. Look at this. When Michael B. Jordan was made the Jorvet rum, he made a drink, and he based it off of a Caribbean holiday. And you had people saying he was cultural appropriating. Remember, look at this. These are several articles. Michael B. Jordan vows to rename his rum after cultural appropriation. Michael B. Jordan renames rum after accusations of cultural appropriation. Our intention was never to offend a culture. Michael B. Jordan apologizes after Michael B. Jordan issues apology for controversial rum brand name. Nobody was defending Michael B. Jordan. None of the pan-africanists, none of them were coming to Michael B. Jordan's defense. It was not, we all black. Now look at what I said. This was last year. I said, when Caribbeans come to America, they feel 100% free to partake in Black American culture. Everything from food, music, art, dialect, etc. But Michael B. Jordan makes Jorvet rum. He's out of line. Watch y'all start crying foul when we keep the same energy. And this is exactly what we're doing. I tried to warn them. I really did. I said, when we keep the same energy, it's going to be, oh, I can't believe you're doing that to me. We're all brothers. It's the government. Black. And when we get pulled over by the police, we the same people. I said, when we keep the same energy, y'all going to be hella mad. And they said, no, you take that down, nigga. Akata. Oh no, all right, okay, all right then. Now look at this. This is something to also further show you that their love for white people. If you guys have young children around, I would advise you guys to maybe put the children. It's 10 o'clock. Children should be asleep anyway. So anyway, look at this. This is what's the name? Adele, with the African hairstyle and the Jamaican bikini top. And then look at this. Look at what's said over here. This week in dumb fuckery, Americans, and he really means Black Americans, Americans took it upon themselves to collectively be outraged on behalf of Jamaicans and Africans because Adele wore a Jamaican flag bikini top and African Bantu knots on her head. Adele, thank you for representing the Bantu culture. Love Africans. So we were sitting up there trying to defend their culture. We were all like, hey, that's cultural appropriation, Adele. That's not cool, Adele. They told us to shut up. They said in dumb fuckery, they called us a bunch of dumb fucks for defending them. So, okay, all right then. Okay, we dumb fucks, we cultural appropriating, that's fine. We're just gonna do us from now on. We're gonna keep everything that we've done, and y'all keep everything y'all done. Y'all stay over there, we're staying over here. And that's where the problem is. That's where the problem is. Exactly. We were more outraged by that than they were. And that shows you the problem. Because these people don't want to fight white supremacy. This dude is thanking Adele for wearing Bantu knots. We don't do that. We do not do that. Listen, when it comes to fighting against white supremacy, you do have some Black immigrants who are fighting against white supremacy, and I salute to them. I tip my hat to them, okay? These are some real good brothers and sisters who are non-FBA and they are fighting against white supremacy. I will always give them their credit. But let's just be honest, majority of them are not doing that. That is not what the majority are doing. They're not doing that here, and they're not doing that back in their homeland. I did a space. This was a space about Asians and the anti-black culture in Asians. And all of the black people who came to defend Asians were non-FBA. The non-FBA came to defend the Asians more than the Asians were defending the Asians. It was non-FBA doing most of the caping. Not even the Asians came up and admitted, like, oh yeah, my grandpa did call you guys niggers. And then the non-FBA was all like, well, I mean, you guys are racist to Asians too now. We got to do better too now. That's them. That is really them. And we're not saying this for everybody. We're not saying this for everybody, but we're saying we can't move forward if we don't recognize the problem. We're not saying that we're jealous of you guys taking our jobs, because they're not taking our jobs like that. They might come over here and get some unearned benefits. They're not taking our jobs. They're trying to replace us. They're not doing it as successfully as they want to. Because let's be honest, y'all not flexing on nobody. If we take the best of the best Nigerians in America, who aren't that many, because it's not like it's a huge influx of Nigerians who come to America because they don't allow them to come. But you take the best Nigerians from Nigeria and bring them to America and compare the best of the best to the collective of all Black Americans, yeah, it would look like, okay, Nigerians are doing so much better than Black Americans. But let's take the smartest FBA and put them anywhere in the world, and we're shitting on everybody. Everybody. The best of the best Nigerians, they're not doing better than the best of Black Americans. So what are y'all talking about? Oh, we're just talking about the education and the numbers. Okay, I mean, well, with the education y'all claim y'all have, we think y'all be making big moves out here like that. Y'all not, I mean, you're good, high-paid employees. You get degrees. That's whoop-de-whoop. I mean, that's cool. That's great. That's great. I mean, y'all at HBCUs, you're welcome. Thank you. We did that. Thank you. I mean, yeah, they're not coming over here. I mean, doctors, that's cool. We've been doctors. Y'all not doing nothing new. Nothing. We're the ones, Foundation Black Americans, we are the most innovative doctors there were. We're the ones who created like the open heart surgery. We're the ones who created it's like a seal to put plasma blood in. I forgot his name. He created like the seal in the damn. It's like the what's that thing called? Refrigerator. I can't believe I forgot that. Refrigerator to refrigerate plasma so it stays good. You could talk about Henrietta Lacks in her cells. If you guys know about Henrietta Lacks, you can talk about how Henrietta Lacks has revolutionized the medical field. So we've been doing stuff. Now, of course, they were using her cells. It's not like she was a doctor, but we've been doing that stuff. Y'all just Johnny come latelys to the game. Y'all not doing nothing new. Nothing. I mean, come on. Y'all really believe in the hype y'all don't have. And that's because, and I'm going to tell you why, that's because white people tell them they have hype. Let's just be honest. It's white people who come over here like, oh, look at you. See, T'Challa, we love you. We really do. It's not that we don't hate all Black people. We really don't. I just don't like the niggers. I don't like the niggers. You're not a nigger. You're a good Black. We love you, T'Challa, but we don't like the niggers. The niggers is who we hate. And then they all like, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm not a nigger. He's a nigger over here. I love you. That's because they believe the hype that white people, because white people know that they don't really got fight in them like that. Let's be real. They don't really have fight in them like that. They don't. All they do is complain about us. The petition to make FBA a hate group, I'd like to see what type of work they were doing against the police, what type of work they're doing against the racist medical field, what type of work they're doing for their people at all, period, to get them some type of social economic benefit to grow their wealth, their generational wealth. They're not doing anything except hating on people who are doing something. That's the only thing they're doing. That's the only thing, man. Man, it's something else with these people. And like I said, and I know because you're gonna have some people like, I can't believe you said that. But listen, I'm not saying all, but if the shoe fits, hey, if the shoe fits, because this is a reflection of how most of them think. It really is. Most of them do believe that. Who was behind the petition? We need names. The petition doesn't have a name. There's no names tied to the petition. I did look. I don't know where the petition really came from. It just says it was started by hashtag FBA hate group, FBA hate group, ADOS hate group. So there's no names tied to this petition. I don't know who started it. But we're doing what we're doing. We're making moves and they're not making moves. They got Uncle Luke out here who's non-FBA, Uncle Luther, I'm sorry, who's non-FBA. And he's talking about when we get pulled over by the police, you know, we all black and they all see us as black. Jalen Walker, they didn't ask if he was FBA or not. And as true as that is, that's what we've been trying to tell y'all. We've been saying that to you guys. We've been telling you guys, hey, we're all in the same boat. We're all black. We all need to work together. We all need to stick together and put our blackness first and fight against white supremacy. They've been telling us, just like how those Haitians did in that video, that there is no white supremacy, that we need to stop blaming the white man on everything. Stop complaining about the white man, aka their Jesus. They've been telling us that. In their homeland, they lift up the many Asians and they put them on their shoulders and make them the chiefs of their village. So they don't see them as a problem. They got 5-foot Asians going in their homeland whooping their ass. They see them as that's them. So they're not gonna fight with us. So don't come to us. We all need to fight together. Go to your people and then convince your people to fight. Because we're done trying to convince people. We're on to the moving on stage now. We're just fighting with who's fighting with us. And if you happen to be on the wrong side of the battlefield, then we don't see color at that point. If you're on the wrong side of the battlefield, you're getting slayed. And this is not a threat of violence, because I know that's what they're going to say. I'm not threatening any violence. This is just a metaphor. Okay? Don't be on the wrong side, or you're getting, talked about negatively. Yes, exactly. We will make fun of the way you look. This is not bullying, or we will have developed negative opinions about you. Okay, YouTube, don't take this down, YouTube. We got a lot of people in here. Exactly, fall in line. Now, like I said, if they want to fall in line, if they want to get on code, I'll support that all the way. If you rock with me, I'll rock with you. You got my back, I got your back. But for the ones that don't, hey, all of that pan-African stuff is all of that. Oh, I'm going to partner with you just because you're black. That's dead. That's dead. We can't even do that with FBA now. You got to be on code. All FBA and on code. It's either you're on code or you're off code. That's really what it is. And if you're off code, you got to get dealt with. You said you lived in Ghana for 3 years. The guys we see as drummers at the lights in traffic, they would sell white Jesus paintings. Wow. And they believe in white Jesus. They really do. That's why they love when a white man comes to their shores. Now, do you know how often Black Americans get scammed when we go to different countries? Black Americans get scammed all the damn time going to a different country, going to a different black country. White people don't. White people don't. Do you know how many times that Black Americans have talked about how we get charged double because we're not used to like the currency and the language? So they finesse us and charge us double. That happens. It's documented. It happens. It's not us making it up. It happens often. They don't do that to white people. You have videos of white people walking in and they are like, just take it. Just take it. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming in. And they'll just let white. I'm not lying. There's videos of white people just coming in like, hey guys, how are you? I'm in Africa. Wow, it's a dashiki and it's cool. Oh my God, you like the dashiki? You can take it. You can take it. Here's one for you and your family. Thank you very much for blessing us and coming here. You're like, thanks, Tachuka. Wow. I'm gonna get out of here now. Bye, guys. Thank you very much. Please come back. That's how they act. That's how they act when they're in there. And when black people come in here, they charge us double, triple the money. Yeah, like, wow, this is $50 for a bowl. Is this bowl like an ancient bowl of history? Like, I just need a bowl to heat my food up in. The bowl. Okay, if you don't want to pay 50, I will do this. $60 for the bowl and a spoon. Like, I guess that's just the price. You get charged $60 for a bowl and a spoon, and they'll give stuff away for white people for free. They'll be knocking on white people's doors like, hello, we had some extra food here and we wanted to know if you had it. Do you want a goat? We have a goat. So no, their worship of whiteness, we can't ride with that. We can't rock with that. What are we supposed to do with that? There's nothing we can do. Exactly. Our brother Black Alpha says, Africans only have issues with other black tribes, but they love their colonizers' tribes. Exactly. And that brings up a good point. There's not even pan-Africanism in Africa. And I made this statement a while ago on Twitter. I'm all like, why are FBA, why are we the only people to be held to a standard of pan-Africanism, and nobody from the diaspora is held to that standard at all, period? You got a single nationality, Nigeria, and you got a bunch of different tribes, and they be competing and beefing with each other. I've seen it myself personally. I've seen it with myself personally multiple times where they are like this. Oh, he's from that tribe. Ugh. He's from that tribe. Ugh. They have disdain for other tribes. They have cultures, and I've asked questions. I know them. You know, I got some Nigerians who follow me, who've been rocking with me from the beginning. You know, they're on code. They be one and everything, and they'll tell me. They be all like, yeah, our family doesn't want you to marry somebody who's not of your tribe. I'm like, damn, you can still be Nigerian. And if you're not from the same tribe, they don't want you to marry. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. That's like in Chicago, you know how you have the west side and the south side. That's like somebody saying, hey, I not only do I want you to be with somebody from Chicago, but that person has to be from the west side too. Like, damn, are you serious? That's how tribal they are. They don't have pan-Africanism there. I could see if they had pan-Africanism there and they're telling us to get on pan-Africanism, but they don't even have pan-Africanism there. What the hell? We ain't going to be doing the pan-Africanism stuff. And they want us to do that because we was carrying all the weight. And now the second we started separating, now they all like, okay, well, they're about to put up a bunch of scores on the boards. It's like we're picking the best players. All of the best players were FBA and a team of losers. Just be real. I know it's mean, but it's true. And you take the best players out the game. Now you just got a team of losers and a team of winners. And as mean as that is to say, is very, very accurate. So we're the only ones putting points up on the board. The only ones doing anything relevant for the most part. And they're mad about that. They're upset about that. Yeah. So and Jason Black did this, I think 2 years ago, where he was talking about Pan-Africanism being a two-way street. If y'all not gonna practice it, I'll be damned if you guys try to reprimand us for not practicing it. We're not gonna do that. And they know they don't practice it. Even the Pan-Africanists. Y'all know Africans don't practice Pan-Africanism. Y'all know that. They wouldn't be coming over here saying we're culturally appropriating them. Now, when they drag us, when they say that we should be lynched by the KKK, when they say we should be shot by the police, when they say we should stop cultural appropriating, when they say we don't have a culture, when they make fun of the fact that we were slaves, when they say we're bullet bags, when they say all of this stuff, you don't see Pan-Africanism nowhere. They are nowhere to be found. You can't find one single Pan-Africanist when we're disrespected. Now, when they're disrespected, here comes the Pan-Africanism. Like, guys, come on. Aren't we all black now? No, get out of here with that. We're not doing that one-sided Pan-Africanism anymore, and you're not going to be able to shame us into into doing that at all. All of that one-sided pan-Africanism of we're all black when it's convenient for you guys, that's over with. Because when you guys become doctors, you guys want to play. I'm a Nigerian doctor. You got your flag waving in the background. When you guys win a race, remember when Sha'Carri lost that race to the Jamaicans? Jamaicans, look at how Jamaicans are. Jamaicans. Oh, and okay. And here's the thing. You have to lie in the bed that you made. So that means if you're going to hold your W's as your own ethnic group, then you also have to hold your L's. You can't just hold your W's and wave your flag when you have a win, and then when you take a loss, you put the flag down and you talk about we all black. It don't work that way. So since you guys want to hold your W's, you want to make fun of the fact that y'all fast sprinters or whatnot, and y'all doctors and whatnot, okay, that's cool. Y'all rep your set. That's cool. And then when your set loses, you still rep your set. Rep your set consistently. That's it. That's all we saying. From now on, everybody, rep your set consistently. Don't just rep your set when you win, and then when you lose, we all black. It's not working that way no more. So just rep when Nigerians out here, when y'all becoming the doctors and y'all talk about, look, this is the Igbo tribe, Nigeria. Okay, cool. And when y'all in the streets shitting, that's Nigeria too. That's all we saying. Rep your set consistently. A lot of people say they're the worst doctors. If you guys have worked in the medical field, a lot of them, the Africans, they not that great doctors at all, or nurses at all. Let's just be honest with it. They're actually pretty bad in the medical field. It says, she says, Judah Queen, remember the non-FBA runner who was trying to hug the white runner? Yeah. Remember, like, these people are in love with whiteness. And all we're saying is, hey, don't put that on us, because we don't do that. Don't put that on us. You go over there and you do that. Don't put that on us. Y'all got culture? Well, that is your culture then. Your wins and your losses are your culture. Then that's it. And you guys are mad because you guys got more losses than wins, and that's your problem. The worst lawyers. And that's the thing. When you really think about the quality that they do, not just the degree, but the quality of work that they provide for society, they're not the best of anything. They don't have the right to flex on nobody. Take the top 100 best Nigerian doctors and put them up against the top best FBA doctors. FBA is shitting on them. Let's just be real. It's a sweep, a clean sweep. Let's be real. And exactly, we don't run from hold on, this was said, we don't even run from our L's. We don't. We accept that and we do better. We accept the fact, okay, yeah, we got coons, yeah, we did that, yeah, we messed up with integration, yeah, we can accept that, and now we're going to do better. They don't accept that. Yeah, Tariq is on the no-fly list because of all the work he does. Can you name me a Haitian, a Jamaican, a Nigerian activist who's on a no-fly list? No, you can't. Maybe one or two, but you're not really. There's no Nigerian version of Tariq. There's no Jamaican version of Tariq. There's no nobody version of Tariq. There's only an FBA version of Tariq because only FBAs are really pulling weight like that. Let me see. Man, we got a lot of people. We've been in here. If you guys could please do me a favor and subscribe. If you haven't done so already, I would greatly appreciate that. Share this video too. And make sure you leave a like as well. Please make sure you leave a like. Man, y'all in here heavy. Y'all are in here. You said Nigeria is ranked 14th of 18 countries with poor healthcare systems. And they have the audacity, the gall to come over here and try to flex on us. Somebody saying, I think jealous of him, Tariq. Yeah, they're jealous of Tariq. Every time we try to celebrate black culture, they get angry, calling us divisive. And that's the thing. Now, when it's Haitian Flag Day, and they want to wave Haitian flags, we don't say nothing. We all like, okay, Haitian Flag Day. Y'all y'all celebrating Haitian Flag Day, you know, you got your parties, your parades. When it's Dominican Day parade, you got your parties, your parades, because you all have your own cultural holidays, and we don't say nothing. We don't complain ever at all. Okay, that's cool. You don't see when it's Haitian Flag Day, you don't see us taking the the FBA flag, waving that. You don't see us doing that. We respect that. We like, okay, that's y'all culture, that's cool. Jamaicans, y'all got y'all stuff, that's cool. We respect that. We respect the boundaries. Now, when it comes to Juneteenth, we all like, hey, so y'all know Juneteenth is about us, not about everybody. What do you mean? We all come from Africa. So what were you saying? That slave trade didn't exist? We are all brothers and sisters. See, you are controlled by the white man. That is what your problem is. You let that pimp, he has mind controlled you. He is a CIA agent. And Afro Elite, you are a CIA agent. You work for the FBI. I know, I saw you. I saw you yesterday. I'm like, what? You saw me? Yes, I did. I mean, that's really how they act. I swear, that's really how they act. So, it's nothing that could. Hey, we tried. We really did. They are the ones who destroyed pan-Africanism, really, before it even started. Pan-Africanism, the concept existed, but it was never really practiced, because in order for it to be practiced, it has to be reciprocal, and it's never really been reciprocal. So there's never been pan-Africanism because of them, not us. And all we're doing now is acknowledging that, and all we're doing is saying, hey, the energy you guys have, we're having the same energy. You guys have set the template for how we should be acting, so we're just responding to the way you're acting. We're not doing anything more than you're doing. All of the podcasts where y'all talking shit about us, y'all calling us lazy. Okay, so when we're on Twitter Spaces and we're calling y'all lazy, I don't want y'all to say, oh, there's a hate group. How could you say that? You want me to go in an internment camp? You want me to die? Is that what it is? Is that what it is, my brother? You want me to die because I am a Nigerian? You want me to die? Nobody said that. Nobody said that. We're just saying all of the shit y'all say in y'all podcast, we just gonna say what we have to say on our spaces. And that's going to be that. We're just keeping the same energy now. That's it. Pan-Africanism is on code. I would say B1 is on code. That's what I would say. Let me say, Afro Elite, he saw you delivering your lunch from Uber Eats. Yeah, we keeping the same energy. But thank you guys for being here. I'm going to get off here. Real Pan-Africanism is B1. B1 is, and the thing is, B1 is just the ideology of being on code. I can be B1 on code with anybody throughout the diaspora, anybody. As if you B1, I'm B1, we cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to focus on my lineage, my people, making sure my people, are the priority. But if you on code, then we can rock together. We can be cool. Everything's cool. But if you're not, then I can't afford to waste time on tethers. I can't do that anymore. But with that being said, I know we're deep here, but we've been on here for over an hour and a half. I appreciate you guys. If you guys have not subscribed yet, please do so. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. We're definitely going to get that by the end of the month. I can guarantee it. I already see it now. So we're definitely going to do that. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share, family. Please do so. I will catch you guys next week. Maybe this weekend with a Twitter space. I'm planning on having a Twitter space this weekend. So I will catch you guys this weekend. I very much so appreciate everybody who's in here. Salute to the B1 family. Like I said, this broadcast was not about all non-black immigrants. This was just about the ones who are tethers. That's all it is. If you're not a tether, you shouldn't be offended. If you're on code, if you're a B1, you shouldn't be offended. And if you're not a tether, then not only should you not be offended, you should be trying to be the best representative of your people by checking your people. Y'all should be checking your people before we even do it. I should see Nigerians dragging that dude who said that the KKK should lynch Clarence Thomas, his ancestors. Nigerians should have been the first ones dragging him. The first ones. When Nicki Minaj was making fun of Rosa Parks, what's her name? Trinidad. She's Trinidadian. Trinidadians should have been the first ones checking Nicki Minaj. Okay, y'all should be the first ones checking y'all people. That's what y'all need to do. So that's our message to the B1 brothers and sisters from the Caribbean in Africa. But until then, you guys have a good night. You guys be safe. I will catch you all later this week in the Twitter space. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much. Oh, wrong one.